Welcome to Scott Gym for tonight's game. Trinity Episcopal versus your St. Christopher Saints. I'm here alongside William McDermott, and immediately it's AJ Williams taking it to the rack. And we've already got a stoppage of play. Not sure what the penalty with the foul would be here. Appears to be on Trinity's number 3. That's Eric Procyse. Is related to former Seattle Seahawks running back CJ Procyse.
Yeah, so Liam, we're in for a great game here today. Scott Gym is absolutely packed. Keep that in mind.
Been here 14 years, never seen it this packed.
Yeah.
The days of Rodney Williams and Jermaine Johnson made it close, but never to this extent. This is Wallace at the top of the key.
Saints 8-0 in the year, Liam. 3 from KP Pulley's off. Rebound to Andre Green. Turn around and one. Up and in.
Andre Green's been developing phenomenally this year. Came in as a freshman last year for this team and saw some good playing time. Led the team in steals last year and unable to convert the N1. That's Duke commit Henry Coleman, who will undoubtedly be putting on a show tonight.
Yeah, he's going to be the main star. Super big. Like he's just such an athletic freak. Is Nigel Green, the nice deflection and steal. Here's the lob to Walker Wallace, lays it in. Saints, as we mentioned earlier, 8-0 in the year, Liam. Trinity 8-4. Kind of toned it down from last year's, really good team, Prep League champions.
That's Burke taking it to the hoop. He misses, but able to get the putback. Burke Smith, another big kid, listed at 6'11", the Boise State commit.
Yeah, Trinity's a team that's got 3 D1 level guys. As sort of an arm bar there from Monte Green, going to be called for an offensive foul. AJ Williams, who's a junior this year, a guard, transferred in from a Verina. Surprisingly, with all this talent, Trinity has struggled this year at just playing as a team.
Saints early on are having a press here, but Trinity's been able to break it each time thus far. And easy 2-on-1 there, draw the foul. Heading to the line is Steven Stinson. The only one of 3 freshmen on the team.
Clearly a pretty big guy. Makes the first free throw. Saints had been doing that press. They ran it against Benedictine in the large victory. Second free throw, no good. Nigel Green, the rebound. Says he's going to take it the other way, look to take the lead. Nigel makes it moved. Great block there. That was number 23, Steven Stinson, who came from behind.
Back to Green in the corner. Still matched up against Stinson. He'll swing it over to Pulley.
9 on the shot clock now. Pulley makes a move towards the basket, get it stripped from him and off his knee. It's going to be Trinity ball.
I'll tell you what, this is a phenomenal environment.
Sweet ball. I don't know if I agree with that call, but
Saints have had this rep before. I remember him from previous years, multiple years actually, multiple high school years we've had this ref, and been involved in a lot of controversies. Refed a lot of big time games.
Yeah, interesting matchup here. This pass inside to Burke Smith, deflected.
And that's a poor call there. That is a very poor call.
Stepped out, but
his foot was in the red. That is blatantly out of bounds. No doubt about it. and this is what I'm talking about. It's that same ref we've had multiple years now. A lot of controversy surrounds his name. And there's Henry Coleman, the Duke commit, with a nice lay-in. But, I mean, that's Exhibit A. I mean, it's only about 3 minutes into the game now, but we've already seen one occurrence of this happening. Yeah, so a lot of talent on this Trinity team, but the chemistry's been an issue this year.
As Walker Wallace pull up in the paint, gets it to go. Titans coming the other way, but there's Williams in the corner. 3 off the mark.
And see, that's
knocked out by Williamson, called by the ref, but it's could have been either one, really.
3 50-50 balls so far. All 3 of them have gone towards the Titans.
Confusion with the shot clock here.
And I'd be willing to bet that sometime in this game, this ref will stop the game. And I mean, we've had this ref multiple times before. A lot of controversy surrounds this guy's name. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. This is Burke Smith throwing a lob, but it's mistimed. Burke Smith for 3, bricks it, and rebound to Nigel Green.
So we're going to go quick in transition here. KP pull up 3.
Yeah, just a really poor shot there.
Yeah.
That's not what you need this early on in the game. This is Procise driving. He'll kick it out to Williams. And good contest from Keyshawn Pulley. He's taken off down the court. Nice
great pass.
Wow.
But a good recovery on defense from A.J. Williams to get there in time.
Yep.
And will remain Saints ball.
That was a Saints quarterback unleashing a nice bomb there. About probably 75 feet down the court into the hands of Pulley, but broken up at the last minute.
A.J. Williams seemed to be a bit shaken up on the play, limping a little.
Inbounds it to Andre Green in the paint, and can't get it to go. Henry Coleman with the rebound.
Coleman driving on Wallace, slips, turns it over. Saints have numbers going the other way. Nigel Green doing it himself, kicks it to Pulley in the corner. Gonna take it back out up top and run the offense. Nigel Green slashing, driving, fouled by Smith on the drive.
That's going to be the story tonight. How well can Walker Wallace defend Henry Coleman? It's nearly an impossible task for anybody. You can't really hold this guy. You can't really limit him, but I think I see Wallace around 6'7". I think he can do it.
Yeah.
He's got long arms, incredible athlete, 3-sport varsity athlete, starting in all sports. I mean, we've seen it so far. Henry Coleman hasn't been much of a factor. It's still early on, but it's really going to be the narrative tonight is how well Wallace can contain Coleman.
Andre Green misses the first. Now in for the Titans, 34, Luke Smith. As well as Procise check back in. Misses both free throws. That's something the Saints are going to have to make if they want to win this game.
And that's going to kick into the nerves. It's a loud environment. These guys have never played in an atmosphere like this before, especially a young player like Andre Green.
About 3:40 left in the first quarter.
This is Procise. He'll swing it wide to Williams. 5 seconds. 3, shot off from Williams, off the iron. Procise and Wallace fighting for the rebound. It goes to Procise, kicks it to Coleman. Coleman will drive and can't get it to go, but rebound and tipped in by Burke Smith.
Wallace came up to get the ball off the rebound, and no one was really there to box out Burke Smith. 3 from
Nigel Green just airballed the 3. That's not what you need. Now Procise will drive. Open lane for him. Gets the layup to go. Timeout Saints. Hamill Jones wants to talk it over.
Saints seem to be struggling, sort of getting in the groove here with 3:03 to go. Titans lead 11-6. We'll take a quick break. Back here in Scott Gym with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Titans lead 11-6 over the Saints.
Yeah, that was good awareness there by Henry Coleman, Duke commit. Recognized that Wallace, who's probably the biggest threat for him scoring, Wallace came out to contest that ball with Procise, but didn't win it, and then Coleman drives to the rack and eventually finished off by Burke Smith.
So Williams here seems to be seeing trainer Robin Eldridge. Seems to be a problem here. Not sure what it is, but he's going to be headed down to the locker room and get checked out. So that's a big loss for the Titans early on. Look for 23 Stinson to sort of fill that role for the Titans as they sort of do this 1-3-1 here. Kavanis now into the game for the Saints. Williamson 3. No good. Coleman wins the fight for the rebound. Titans going the other way with it.
And that's a push off there from Coleman. They missed that one. Wallace all over Coleman. Can't get the jumper to go. In and out. Wallace is taken off down the court. It's 2-on-1.
Yeah. Saints really have to settle down here. Not getting anything to go. They just got to settle down.
This environment is amped. Procise to Smith. Into the corner for Coleman, but it's a foul on the floor before that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Riley Wood coming into the game for Andre Green. As well, number 24, Mouse. No, that's not Mal Smith, but he's into the game.
This is going to be an exhausting game for Walker Wallace, and it's going to be interesting to see who the Saints choose to sub.
Not a good job from Burke Smith there. Kovanis coming the other way with it.
They're going to call offensive goaltending. Offensive goaltending on Williamson. That's a good call. The Saints fans are going to boo it. Of course they are, but that's the right call. It was absolutely a cylinder.
I think it would have gone in anyways, too, from Kovanis.
Right. When in doubt, don't be touching that ball. I think that's a good call.
A nice deflection for Riley Wood. Saints going the other way. Williamson going to bring it up.
Burke Smith is gassed. I'm looking at him right now. He's struggling to get down the court. They need to attack down low. They've been taking a lot of threes and missing. And stoppage of play. Another dead ball foul.
Believe it was on Coleman, actually. I believe it was on Coleman down low.
That's huge.
Pushing and shoving.
That's huge. Early fouls on Coleman would be huge for this Saints team.
Martin Lomax back in the game now.
As I was saying earlier, though, Wallace can't play the whole game. No player can. I mean, you got to get a breather at some point. So it's gonna be interesting who the Saints sub in to guard Henry Coleman. This is Wallace now. Spin move, fade. Tough shot. Can't get it to go, but Kavanis almost had the rebound.
50 ball for Trinity there.
Absolutely walking on the ground, but that's all right. This is Coleman driving.
Blocked by Williamson. Saints going the other way. They need this fast break point. Lob to Williamson.
And he slams it in!
And a turnover.
The Titans are rattled!
Martin Lomax throws it out of bounds. It's going to be Saints ball.
The Titans are absolutely rattled. They can't deal with this pressure right now. That Williamson lob was just too much for them. And now the student section is bouncing. They're good. Nick Sherrod, former St. Chris basketball alum, is sitting right in front of us. He was amped after that Gil Williamson alley-oop. This is Wallace again on Burke Smith. Can't get it to go.
Tough shot.
Rebound to Procise.
Slow scoring first quarter for the Saints.
This is Stinson. Can't get it to go. Over the back on Burke Smith. No call. He's calling for a push, but he
is so tired right now.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah. Burke Smith is gassed. They need to attack him.
KP bully.
20 seconds remaining. 6-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Pulley dribbles left, kicks it to Wallace. He'll drive in, kicks it out to Cavanas for the three. Can't get it to go. Bergsmith the rebound, and Lomax is taking off, and it's blocked. 2 seconds remaining. Procise with the three off the iron.
Saints, they're fighting their way back into the game now. 11-8. Saints down 3 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back for the start of the second. Back here for the start of the second quarter. Titans lead 11-8 over the Saints.
Trent Hendrick subbed in down low. They're giving Wallace a breather. This is what I was mentioning earlier. It's going to be Hendrick. Doesn't have the same height as Wallace, but probably similar in weight. Hendrick's a big kid. Played running back and linebacker for this football team past fall.
Riley Wood turning to the basket there, lost it. He went off his knee. Be interesting to see how long Coleman can go too. Doesn't look really phased at all right now. Got Riley Wood on him. Coleman to the basket.
Bergsmith comes in, and that's
a clear foul there from Williamson on the help, but he headed to the line for two shots.
See, that really originated because Coleman beat Wood.
Wallace is coming right back into the game.
Coach Jones knows it. Coleman beat Wood there. Williamson had to come in for the help, and then Bergsmith opened for a dunk there. Had to foul him, but Wallace got realistically 45 seconds of rest. That's just he has to be a warrior tonight.
Quarter.
Yeah, it's just he's gonna have to grind tonight. Wood went in for a little bit. He's still in. Looks like they've subbed out. Not sure. Guessing Green.
Second free throw is good. Martin Lomax comes back in the game for Procise. Titans look to be going with a press here.
Yeah, so thus far Wallace has been the only one that's been able to guard Coleman. And
I think it'll stay that way for the rest of the game, to be honest.
This is Hendrick. Swings it over to Pulley. Procise checks Pulley.
Saints have just got to pick up their offense here. Going too slow, I feel like. Then on the shot clock, here's Kovanis. Over to Wood, got 7 on the shot clock.
Off the hands of Hendrick. Lomax takes it, throws it off the knee of Hendrick, out of bounds, Titans ball.
The offense is taking too long to develop.
They can't get to the hoop. They've settled for a lot of bad shots this far, a lot of outside threes, just really haven't been able to get to the rack, and I'm not sure if they're worried about Henry Coleman down low. I certainly would be, but they need to generate more inside opportunities. Inside pass to Bergsmith. Nigel Green's down there, but
just too tall there. Without Williamson in the game, it's going to be hard for Nigel Green to guard him. This is the issue, the
Saints lack size, and without Williamson Wallace in the game, they're going to eat you up down low. Bergsmith, Boise State commit, 6'11". He'll feast down there all night. Saints are moving him around, but they need to generate an inside opportunity here. Here's the pick from Wallace. Nigel Green will drive, kicks it to Trent Hendrick, and Hendrick's able to finish.
That was a great pass from Nigel Green. Found the opening with the drive, and then kicked it to Trent Hendrick, who got the easy lay-in.
That's what we were talking about. They needed to get inside opportunities. They did it there, and they scored. Here's Coleman.
Scrambling on defense.
Another open lane for Burke Smith. Unreal. Not good. Nigel Green will drive again. A lot of contact and a foul.
Going to be a charge there.
Wow.
Coleman was the one who fell. Coleman played every minute of the game so far.
And I refuse to admit that Henry Coleman is going to be falling over from a Nigel Green charge. So definitely a flop there.
Let me get a towel to wipe up some sweat on the floor. Definitely don't want players slipping and falling.
Sophomore Luke Smith has just checked in for the first time tonight for the Titans.
I believe the brother of Burke Smith.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Burke Smith, though, he's still gassed. I mean, he's just gasping for air, and it's been a stoppage of play for about 60 seconds here. This is Coleman. Hendrick checking Coleman.
You're going to have to switch back here. Yeah, they will. Williams back in the game after the injury. Pull-up jumper. Tough shot over KP Pulley.
That's a really nice move from A.J. Williams.
And Titans extend the lead to 8 with 5:30 left in the second quarter. Pulley for 3.
Some contact. Pulley wanted a foul. He looks injured. And then Wallace intercepts the pass to stop the break. Keyshawn Pulley's walking with a bit of a limp there. Hendrick came over to set a screen to open up Keyshawn Pulley for the 3. A little bit of contact. Might have landed awkwardly. Defender closed out on him pretty quickly. And Williamson heads to the table to check in. They desperately need that size. They kick it down low to Burke Smith. And then Smith throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, trying to get it inside to his brother, actually. Timeout called by Coach Jones. Saints down 8. I mean, Saints have just got to start making some shots, Liam. 10 points and
yeah, they need to continue to drive inside. They need to generate more inside opportunities. They're not hitting from 3. Haven't hit a 3 yet. Probably about, I would guess, 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 at this point.
Need to draw some fouls as well. Get to the line.
And that's what it's going to take. I mean, that's the right idea. Nigel Green has the right idea. It didn't work out in his favor, but driving towards the rack, towards Coleman, eventually you're going to get the foul call. You didn't get it there, but you got to keep trying.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with Burke Smith and Henry Coleman, because those are their 2 bigs down low, but we've already subbed ours out. It's a marathon, not a sprint tonight, so those guys are going to be gassed by the 4th quarter.
I'm just amazed by the amount of people here. It really is crazy. Scott Jim's got to be bigger.
Yeah, I heard Mr. Green talking to Gray Broadus earlier. It sounds like Mr. Green's response was, how many times does this happen a year? You know? I mean, this isn't
probably a couple, to be honest. Collegiate game next week. Going to be a lot
it won't
of people
be this
there
packed.
too, but still.
I mean, people are coming out to see Henry Coleman tonight.
So Trinity back in the zone here. It's just going to make it tougher for the Saints to drive to the basket. They're going to have to make some shots.
Down low to Wallace. Kicks it out to
KP
Keyshawn Pulley. Bang!
That's what they need to do against that zone. Keep passing the ball around until they find open shooters, and KP Pulley is a shooter.
Great pass from Wallace down low. Now A.J. Williams drives off the iron. Rebound to Pulley. Saints will push it. Into the corner.
To go quick here. You're going to reset it.
Burke Smith is subbed out. Saints should exploit that. Wow.
They're just not able to move the ball around.
And now Berg-Smith checking back in. They couldn't take advantage of that opportunity.
Coleman's still in the game. He's got to get in foul trouble.
Over to Coleman. He'll drive on Wallace, and Wallace comes over the back of Coleman, and Coleman's grabbing his finger.
Could have jammed it, maybe.
It's a great foul by Wallace. If you're going to foul him
hard, you know?
Yep. So this is Coleman now at the line for 2. First one is...
Flank that one.
Yeah, short and to the left.
Martin Lomax comes back in the game for Procise. Berg-Smith. Interesting. Gonna put him back here, not really going for the offensive rebound. Someone makes the second free throw.
And Berg-Smith tips that one out of bounds. Lomax checks Pulley.
Back in man-to-man here for the Titans. The zone was working, but after that 1-3, they're going to go back. Pulley sort of cleared out the lane here. Wallace coming up for the screen.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Wallace. He'll take a shot off. He does. And Williamson almost had the rebound. Tips it to Wallace. Another shot off. Can't get it to go. And eventually goes into the hands of Lomax.
Great opportunity there off the offensive rebound, but I still think the Saints are just taking way too long there.
This is Stinson, and he's able to get it to go off the baseline drive. Biggest lead for the Titans thus far of 8. This is Andre Green. Nice crossover. But can't finish it off. A.J. Williams got murdered on that crossover. This is outside to Lomax now, and now Williams. And poor pass down low to Henry Coleman. This is Williamson on defense.
Tough shot.
That's that Kareem right there.
Yeah.
Had the sky hook almost.
Extends the lead to 10 with 2:22 to go.
And Coleman's checking Williamson.
Nice pass.
Creates
That's
space
what they
for
need
Wallace.
to do.
That was perfect.
That's what they need to do. They need to get Coleman on the outside so they can clear in there. Get those easy matchups. It's A.J. Williams. Gets it out to Coleman, guarded by Wallace. Gonna want a one-on-one shot just inside the three-point line, no good. Saints going the other way. KP Pulley, ill-advised pass ahead.
And you can't call that foul. You can't call that. You can't call that. We're right here. That was right in front of us.
His hands were straight up.
I was watching very intently. There was no contact there, and this is what I'm talking about. I've yet to see any of the refs call as many controversial calls as this guy. It's every time.
Now Coleman's gonna be at the line.
I mean, there's no explanation for it. It happens every time. We just saw that one right in front of us. There was no contact from Nigel Green, but regardless, he calls it. And that's going to hurt your team. I mean, you're putting one of the best players in the country at the line, and it's not even the first. I mean, it's not even the second half yet. I mean, that's going to kill the team.
Lead back to 9 after the Coleman free throw. Makes the second. Lead back to 10.
And Nigel Green's frustrated, as he should be. There was great defense. Hands were back. There was no contact. Had great position. Trapped Coleman in the corner. And they bail him out with a poor call there. You hate to see it. This is Hendrick now. He'll push it up. Wants to give it away over to Green. He'll drive. A lot of contact and gets the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
I believe that was on Smith. Yeah, it is. And no, actually, going to call it on number 4, Kendrick Robinson.
He wasn't even in the area.
Been an issue tonight, the free throws for the Saints. Just really struggling to get them to go. Riley Wood comes in for Kovanas. Both free throws no good. A minute 20 to go in the second quarter. Saints only have 15 points. Lob to Coleman. Tough contest from Riley Wood.
Riley Wood almost just got dunked on.
And a foul is called on Nigel Green under the basket.
Riley Wood almost just got dunked on. That was alarmingly close.
Yeah. Good as him to contest it.
Man, Saints are going to have to pull Nigel Green. He's in foul trouble early here.
And first free throw is good from Coleman. Yeah, Nigel Green going to get subbed out. Minute 11 to go. Titans lead by 11.
And almost airballs the second one. That barely hit the front iron. So about 1 minute remaining here now in the first half. Swing it over to Wallace. Back to Pulley.
7 on the shot clock here.
Deep three from Pulley. Air ball. Wood gets the rebound. Needs to put it up. No clock awareness. No clock awareness. And he turns it over.
Really interesting to see how much the Saints are just struggling on offense this half. I mean, they just have not been able to get anything going in fast break, free throws, shooting, anything.
Coleman's calling for it down low. This one's picked off by Andre Green, though. They'll take it to the rack.
There's a foul there, too. Not called. That's what they need, though. They need those fast break points. 10 left on the game clock. A.J. Williams going to go here with 6-5. Driving tough shot. Knocked out by Burke Smith.
Saints finally got a call their way.
Yeah. Burke Smith arguing with his coach. .8 remaining. Pulley checking back into the game. It's going to be hard to inbound the ball here with Coleman because he knocked that one out. You're going to have Andre Green inbound the ball now. Inbounding it to Kovanas. Throws it up. Actually, closer than I thought, but...
Pretty good from the angle, not going to lie.
Yeah. So at the half, Saints really only down 9, but not a good performance offensively. And Saints are going to have to make some offensive adjustments at halftime, Liam.
Yeah, we'll be back for the second half.
back here. Scott Jim just before the start of the half. Liam, just want to talk about some things as Saints are down 9 going into the second half, 26-17. Liam, what can the Saints do to pick up, some slack here?
I mentioned in the first half, they got to continue to drive inside. They've taken a lot of outside shots, ill-advised shots that are just low percentage shots. I mean, drive to the hoop, make Henry Coleman and Burke Smith work. Burke Smith was gassed after 4 minutes in the first period. I mean, he's going to be gassed the whole game. You need to continue to attack him, put him in foul trouble, and get him out of the game.
Yeah, size has been an issue for the Saints, just really struggling to get it down low. A lot of their points have come off fast breaks, not shooting the ball extremely well either. That doesn't help.
Wallace has been phenomenal. I mean, granted the Saints are down 9. That's great, but Henry Coleman can do so much more damage than he's done today. And it's going to be hard guarding one of the best players in the country for the whole game. So just being able to limit him to what he's already done in this first half is incredible.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued to see, what kind of adjustments they've made, in the second half. See what they do. It will be Trinity ball to start the half.
Process drives baseline, reverse layup, good.
Can't be that easy. I mean, if you're Andre Green, I think he was expecting help, but he didn't get it. Nigel Green driving, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. Can't get the layup to go. That's one they'd like to have back.
And again, I'm not going to say it, but I'm not surprised by that.
That's on Nigel Green again.
And they're going to have to sit him. They have to. He's got so many fouls early on in this game, 2 of which were really poor calls. So it's unfortunate, but it's just a reality right now. Inside pass to Burke Smith. Spin move. Able to get the layup over Williamson. Saints need to go inside. This is Cavanas guarded by Stinson. Picked by Williamson, but Cavanas hesitates, spin move, drives, and can't get it to go.
Would have been a tough shot. And Andre Green lagging behind. It'll be A.J. Williams back up top. And call for the screen from Burke Smith. No switch on the screen. Here's Procise back to Smith. Pass too high. Turnover, Saints ball.
Stoppage of play here.
Not sure.
I believe it's going to be a clock issue. I think the clock operator forgot to start the shot clock. Wallace hesitates at the line, drives in, too far. Procise with the rebound.
Shots just are not falling for the Saints.
This is Stinson in the corner. Can't get it to go.
Gotta go here. He's got Wallace.
And then
Williamson.
They still have numbers. Kicks it to Keyshawn Pulley in the corner. Bang!
Really needed that. Cuts the lead back to 10. Poor defense from the Titans there, though. They were scrambling all over the place.
Lack of hustle from Burke Smith. Inside to Henry Coleman, and he puts it in. But Saints have a quick inbound, going to push down the floor here.
Wallace came over to help there. He's a bit late.
Williamson rolls off the screen. A lot of contact. It should have been N1. That's a missed call.
Precise pull-up three. No good. You don't see that a lot from Trinity. They like to work the ball around.
This is Kavanis driving baseline. Kicks it back out to Williamson for three. And can't get it.
Yeah, Williamson doesn't take those that much. Can't knock it down, though.
And that's a flop. How do you call that? How do you call that? There's no way. That's not his call.
It was a late call.
That's not his call.
If that shot had hit rim, I don't think they would have called it.
That's not his call. I mentioned it before the game even started. This is what I was worried about, and this is what the St. Chris community is worried about. There's been multiple occurrences of controversies with this exact official, and now some words between Hamill Jones and the official. Walks over, has a word.
The first free throw of three
and honestly,
is
it's
good.
atrocious. It's atrocious. There's no other explanation for that. There's no contact there. It was a blatant flop. Everybody in the house knows it. And you call that running down the court. You're the furthest official from that play, and you call that. There's no explanation for that.
Still talking to Hamill Jones.
I would be too. I would be furious.
It does seem like Trinity's getting all of the 50-50 calls in this game.
It's one thing if it's a one-time thing and it happens and that goes on, but it's been consistently happening tonight, and they knew coming to this game that this was a potential issue.
Two of the free throws good.
Wallace can't finish underneath the hoop. A lot of contact. 2-on-1 for the Titans, and A.J. Williams takes it to the rack for two on the fast break. Keyshawn Pulley's going to pull the three off the back iron. Coleman with the rebound. And Coleman airballs the runner, but can't get the rebound, and Steven Stinson, the freshman, puts it back up for two. Timeout Saints.
The Saints down 16 now.
And, I mean, mute it.
So Saints is really struggling offensively and now defensively in this quarter. Back here with 3:50 to play.
This is Green driving, creates separation, but can't finish.
Shots just are not falling for the Saints. That is one that they would typically get, and they should get.
A.J. Williams loses it for a minute, able to regain possession. And then great pass. Missed assignment, absolute missed assignment. Skip pass from Coleman to Smith and a slam dunk finish.
Lead now to 18.
Williamson slips, gives it off to Andre Green. Nice snatch back. This is Williamson on the post hook and a foul. Gonna be on Henry Coleman.
Yeah. I believe that's a second, maybe. First free throw is good. As well as the second. Now Walker Wallace out of the game, Riley Wood back in.
Saints are pressing here, and that one's swatted away by Wood. Burke Smith regains possession, and he's just going to take the jumper over Wood. That's a big height differential. Smith made it look easy. Andre Green drives. Nice pump fake.
That was a nice move.
Here comes the Saints press again. A.J. Williams breaks it though, takes it to the rack. Probably should have been a foul there. I guess he got all ball.
Saints not able to get this loose ball though. A clear mismatch here.
Burke Smith takes it to the rack. Wallace is out of the game, so there's a clear height mismatch down low. And just can't get a rebound. Wallace is out of the game, they can't get a rebound. And A.J. Williams hits a three.
Stinson is destroying.
This is what I mentioned at the half. Wallace has been phenomenal. When you take him out of the game, this is what happens. Kovanas takes a three, gets it. And now they're just going to throw it down the court to Burke Smith. Williamson recovers. And nice defense, nice recovery by Gil Williamson. Burke Smith just choked the layup, and now this is KP Pulley. Bang! 2 consecutive threes for the Saints. And here comes the press again. This is Coleman.
Stinson in the corner. No good. Tap back out by Coleman.
A.J. Williams drives in, takes it back out. Jumper no good. Then a rocket pass from Kavanis to KP Pulley. Williamson calls for it down low. Burke Smith is gassed. Williamson goes up for the shot, gets it to go. Burke Smith is gassed. You need to go after him right now. He is hands on his knees. He's keeled over. He needs air. Titans call timeout.
I mean, I'm not quite sure what the Trinity coaching staff is doing, but they are keeping Burke Smith and Henry Coleman in the entire
I've been saying
game.
it since the first quarter. 4 minutes in, he was already gassed. He cannot keep up with the Saints right now, and they're trying to keep him in the game. Rather, Hamel Jones is playing this better. I mean, he's subbing Wallace out. Sure, you might give up a point or two, but Burke Smith is gassed, and it's hurting the entire defense.
I really hope just the poor shooting from the first half, which seems to have picked up now, Liam, will not come back to hurt them.
I don't know if they're going to keep Burke Smith in or out. I mean, it's a major factor for the Saints offense whether or not he's in. But this last possession down here, Williamson made that look easy. I mean, that was a shoot-around jumper. There was no contested shot there.
I think the only thing
he's coming back in.
Burke Smith was thinking about was water there. And yeah, both of them back in.
And now Wallace is in. Wallace is going to go after that.
Less than a minute left in the third. Saints cut the lead to 11.
Inside to Smith, and that's, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Not in the bonus. It will be called on the floor.
Going to be a foul on Wood underneath.
Going to be an inbounds for the Titans. As Burke Smith's brother, the 34, Luke Smith, in the game now for, I believe that was 23, Stinson.
That was a long pass. Kavanis is out of, and Procise takes it to the rack, can't finish. Henry Coleman gets the rebound and then slams it in.
I don't know why Kovanis went for that.
This is inside to Wallace working on Luke Smith. And I thought they called him out of bounds at first. It's going to be a foul.
Yeah, on the floor.
Not sure if it's on Luke Smith or Burke Smith.
They had a clear mismatch there. Probably a foul was a good call there as Burke Smith's going to come out.
He has to. He has to come out. I mean, this is KP Poley in the corner for three. Can't get it to go. And going to be a foul on the floor. Riley Wood had position.
I believe that was on Luke Smith. Like, they got a mismatch in the game on Wallace on Luke Smith. They'd have to take advantage of that. And looks like that's what they'll try to do here immediately.
And that's a foul. Wow. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words.
Saints coaching staff wanted it over the back there as Burke Smith coming back in.
And then Hamill Jones again talking to the official. It's just phenomenal. It really is. It's just, I can't fathom that. Burke Smith is driving, kicks it to the corner to Luke Smith, eventually back out to Henry Coleman.
Tough shot, no good.
Riley Wood's going to take it from half court.
Henry Coleman screaming at the referee, very classy, walking back to the bench. And we'll take a quick break in between quarters.
I'll bring us back. Back now for the fourth quarter. Saints trailing by 13. On the floor for the Saints, Nigel Green, Walker Wallace, Andre Green, KP Poley, and Gil Williamson. Stinson, Burke, Williams, Coleman, and Lomax. Here's a three from Williamson.
He doesn't shoot a lot of those, but if he can start making them, and it's a 10-point game in the fourth quarter here.
Nigel Green cuts forward and knocks that one out of bounds, passes to
Nigel Green barely played in the third quarter. He got into a lot of foul trouble. I believe he has 3 or 4, so.
And Nigel Green's great at driving towards the rack, so hopefully he can draw some fouls here late in the game. That's going to be a kickball violation on Wallace. Inside to the freshman Stinson, kicks it back out for corner three, and then that's going to be a foul for sure. It's going to be on the floor.
On the floor, yeah. Coleman had clear position there on Wallace. There was nothing he was going to be able to do but foul.
Yeah, Coleman won that battle, but it happens. I'm sure Coleman's pleading his case for a flagrant. He's not going to win that. It was...
I mean, clearly it was like...
Definitely a harsh foul, but,
yeah,
that's what you have to do. The guy's 6'7", 6'8", and 240 some pounds. You got to foul him hard, or else he'll get the N1. And there's Coleman inside. I think they caught Wallace on the screen.
Yeah. Lead back up to 12.
And Coleman defends the alley-oop attempt from Wallace to Williamson.
Super athletic play there. Not a lot of guys can do that.
And that's terrible. That's terrible. I don't understand how you can call that on one end and you can't call it on the other. It's inexcusable.
Yeah, that is such a bad call.
It's inexcusable.
And a timeout was called by the Saints. As the lead is 51.
I mentioned this game before the game even started, William. I mentioned that this was going to happen, and it has happened. And it's frustrating because these guys work really hard all week, get ready for this game. In my opinion, they're the better team. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of decisions made tonight that have hindered their ability to win, and it's a shame. There's no other explanation for that. I mean, how do you call that on one end when Coleman was moving his feet in the first half? Wallace has great position there, sets his feet, draws the charge, and you're going to call it a block.
You know, it would be different. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. There's no explanation for that. It's a shame.
I think it was a no call at all. It'd be different if they called it a block, but I mean that was a no call. Like they did not call anything with all that contact.
It's just disappointing.
It's under 7 minutes to go in the fourth. 14-point lead to the Titans. Andre Green pull-up jumper.
Off the back iron, Burke-Smith the rebound. He's still gassed. This is Coleman. Green's guarding Coleman. Great defense from Nigel Green.
That is
wow.
A really tough shot.
That was terrific defense. You can't ask for any more out of Nigel Green. That was just great. Now this is Andre Green driving and blocked by Henry Coleman. He calls a timeout. Wow.
Yes, sir, Andre. Yes, sir, Andre. Yes, sir.
Timeout called by Henry Coleman. Sort of got trapped in the corner there off his own rebound.
Yeah, it's been chippy all night, but getting progressively more chippy as the game goes on here. Saints are down 16. It's a big gap, but a lot of time left. 6 minutes is a lot of time in the fourth quarter of the basketball game.
I mean, that was great defense from Nigel Green.
I gotta give Trinity credit. Henry Coleman, that block was just incredible. I mean, and finally they make the call. It's about the third walk, but finally they catch up and make the right call. Saints fans are relieved to have finally gotten that. This is Williams. Driving baseline. Blocked from behind by Pulley. Gets his own rebound and puts it back up for two.
Yeah, Saints have really struggled on the glass tonight. That's another thing I've noticed. Down 18 now. They really have struggled. I think it's just been the overall size of Trinity.
Inside to Williamson. Skyhook. A little contact there from Coleman, but no call. This is down low to Burke Smith. Terrible shot. Doesn't even get it above the rim. And then it's a blatant push. Late call. And Coach Jones, a little upset. I would be infuriated right now.
4:30 left.
And Coach Jones has a word with the ref, probably asking, why did that call come so late? It was a clear-cut shove from Coleman at half court. Inside to Nigel Green against the freshman, gets it to go.
I believe that's Nigel Green's first points of the night.
This is down low to Lomax, and Wallace comes in.
Clear foul there.
Nice block from Williamson on the corner off the pro size 3.
Coleman's going to work on Wallace here. Kicks it back out. Blocked by Wallace. Just Williamson straight to the hands of Burke Smith.
Nice pass, though, to Williamson. And dunks on Henry Coleman. Henry Coleman just got dunked on. The entire Saints student section is patting their heads, referring to Henry Coleman just getting dunked on.
And
Williamson converts the and one.
It's got to add a question that Saints aren't going to win this game at this point, but
Henry Coleman just got dunked on, so.
Yeah.
And now he's going to try to answer. Drives to the rack and draws contact.
Coleman sort of used his arm there to push off. And then looked like all ball to me, but hard to see from this angle.
And William, the man about 6 people down from me to the right, has mentioned multiple times about the 3-second violation. And they haven't called it tonight, but it's something to look out for.
Yeah.
I've seen it quite often when Burke Smith will sit in the paint. I've been counting ahead. I've seen a couple times with 5 or 6 seconds, then he gets out.
Just sort of
would like to see that get called.
Sort of taken under by the officials tonight. A lot of officials don't really call that anymore.
Right, but they need to. If you got a guy that's 6'11", you got to call that.
And Stinson there called for a foul with push. Stinson, I've been really impressed with tonight for the Titans. Been all over the place on the glass and making athletic plays on the perimeter.
Yeah, just a freshman too.
Yeah. I think it's a bright future for them.
Take it over to Williamson. He beats Coleman, drives to the rack and slams it down.
Oh my goodness.
Gil Williamson is taking over. Terrible defense from Coleman. Didn't even put up a fight. Williamson drove right around him. And that's an inside pass to Stinson. He finishes off the glass.
Saints on 16 now. Here's Williamson on Coleman again. Coleman not really giving any effort on defense for some reason
to say
whatsoever.
The least. Williamson's hot right now.
And down 14 with 2:30 left. I'd like to see the Saints cut it to single digits here.
And Williams drives. A lot of contact. Burke Smith can't finish. Henry Coleman gets the rebound. And they're going to call a foul down low. I couldn't really see from here. There was probably some holding, I imagine. And unfortunately, I just don't see the Saints coming back from this one. Too late. they put up a good fight. We've mentioned it throughout the whole stream, but I think a lot of those calls are just inexcusable. They can't happen.
First free throw bricked from Coleman.
Obviously, they don't change the game that much, but you make the wrong calls at the right time. That can really shift the energy of one team, and it just hurts a team. I mean,
yeah, but the poor shooting in the first half from the Saints really did hurt them in this game.
That's what I'm saying. And, it's not the reason they lost, but
yeah,
you make a couple poor calls in a lot of situations, and it can really hurt your team. A lot of contact there. Lomax guarding Pulley. Andre Green drives. And one. Wow, they're going to call it on the floor.
Not a lot of 50-50 calls going the way of the Saints tonight.
There's been one. It was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Just heard one of the fans yell, "That's the same play," and he's right. I mean, Trinity did the same thing on the other end, and they got the and one.
Both free throws good. That's a lead down to 13. Kovanas coming into the game for Pulley.
Wallace and had a nice steal, but looks like he stepped out of bounds. Great effort regardless.
I believe they're going to get Wallace for... Okay, no, yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure what the confusion is.
And Coach Jones going to call a
timeout. 2:12 left, down 13. It's been a rough night for the Saints.
It's been frustrating. TJ Klein? It is. University of Richmond basketball center TJ Klein in the house tonight.
Yeah, a lot of players from VCU
and U of R
and University of Richmond here tonight.
I imagine TJ Klein came to watch with teammate Nick Sherrod.
Green lob.
And now ProSize has an open lane. Gets the fast break layup to go. Improves the lead to 15 for the Titans. Nigel Green's going to come back, drives, and gets the foul.
It looked like a travel there that was uncalled. Stinson back in the game, coming in for Martin Lomax.
And Green hits both on the line.
That's the lead, back to 13.
Coleman dishes it out to Burke Smith, and Titans are going to take some air out of the ball now, just around the clock down.
ProSize.
Yeah, that's a foul. Saints fans are yelling, but that's as blatant as it gets in terms of a reach.
also 5 on Nigel Green.
It's going to put A.J. Williams at the line.
Issue with the sub here. Yeah, Nigel Green's going to have to come out. Riley Wood coming in for him. First free throw no good from Williams.
Wood drives and can't finish the layup, but gets a tip in.
Williams again pickpocketed, gets it back. Foul called on the reach from Walker Wallace. Down 11 with 1:11.
It's interesting. Nick Sherrod's sitting by himself. He's got his teammate TJ Klein over there, but he's kind of, I think he's trying to be in disguise almost.
Yeah. First free throw is barely good.
Andre Green will drive, floater, can't get it to go. Tip in from Wood. And going to be a foul on Andre Green here. That'll send A.J. Williams back to the line.
You know, Saints really did respond well offensively in this second half, but defensively they were not able to keep up with the athleticism of the Titans. Under a minute to go here.
Williams converts both in the line. This is Williamson down low, a little post hook action, can't get it to go. Stinson with the rebound. And they should not foul at this point. They should just, this is Burke Smith, and that's kind of why I recommended you wouldn't push there, because
Andre Green will answer it. So the Saints record will move to 8-1, undefeated season no more. As Henry Coleman and the Titans come into Scott Gym and win with a score of 69-56. Saints struggled offensively the whole game. Liam, anything you would like to add?
Sure, I mean, I think they struggled offensively a little bit in the first quarter. They took some ill-advised shots, but I'm proud of these guys. They came out, made a really great second half effort. Unfortunately, that was hindered by some really poor calls by one official in particular. And before the game even started, I mentioned that was a possibility, and it happened, and it's a shame. I'd hope that, you know, in the future this doesn't impact the Saints, because it really is unfortunate. These guys gave it their all tonight. And did they take some ill-advised shots in the first quarter? Sure, but I think it definitely hinders the ability to come back when you're getting some pretty poor calls consistently.
Yeah. So I'm William McDermott, joined with Liam Nolan. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Saints unfortunately took the L by 13 to the Titans, but Saints will be back next week in Prep League play with some games at Fort Union and home against Collegiate.